These are my 10 essential things that I use every day being a content creator on YouTube in the home theater space. This is everything that I use when I'm creating home theater content, whether it's home theater, AV, whatever it is. And these aren't necessarily things that are gonna make my job easier. It's just things that I like to have every day. This is a Lenovo laptop. I picked this up about 4 or 5 years ago. It was only like $100, but its sole purpose is to only run Room EQ Wizard. I'm sure some of you guys know what it is. This is the UMic-1. I like it because it comes in a little suitcase, so if you want to bring it over to your friend's house or something like that. But UMic-1, I picked this up a few years back. I think it was something like $100. It might be a little bit more money now. But that, along with Room EQ Wizard, lets me take all the measurements for subwoofers or speakers, mostly for subwoofers, so I can show you guys what kind of response you can possibly get in your room. But like I said, this is the only sole purpose that this laptop is to just run Room EQ Wizard. And this is an invaluable piece every time I review a subwoofer. The next thing, which is kind of like home theater, something that I'm equally as passionate about, are watches. I'm a big fan of watches. If you watch any of my videos, I know some of you guys have noticed that I do usually wear a different watch in every video. But this is not this particular watch, but I have many watches. This happens to be a Cartier Santos. This is one of those things kind of like AV, like let's say you're picking up a subwoofer. Once you get that subwoofer home, you're always looking to get the next best thing, right? You're online again the next day to see, can I get something that hits harder, that goes lower? Same thing with me and watches. It's like, if I'm saving up a lot of money, saving up on a lot of spare change to pick up this watch or whatever watch I might be looking at the time, once I get it in, it's never an end game. It's always like, I'm always looking for the next watch. Also, it makes me very happy to wear a different watch in a video. I can match it with my outfits. Fun watch, fun video, maybe a more serious video, maybe a more serious watch. Watches. Everybody should have one. A real one, not a digital one. You guys know what this is. This is a Radio Shack SPL Meter. This has been with me for about, man, I don't know, decades. I don't think they make this model anymore, but this is an analog meter. When you use this thing, you're gonna have to set it on 70, put it on C weighting, and on slow. So when you're running through your test tones, actually, after you get done running Odyssey, you're gonna have to go back and double check your levels, just to make sure that all your speakers are the exact same level. This is an invaluable piece. Everybody should have one. If you don't have one, go get them. It's fairly cheap. You can get them on Amazon. I don't think they make this model anymore, but I'm sure they make similar ones. You can get them for like 30, 40 bucks. Definitely something I use all the time, every time I'm reviewing an AVR or processor. These are demo discs. I've got a DTS demo disc, I've got a Dolby Atmos demo disc, and I've got a Spears & Munsell disc. Of course, I use the Spears & Munsell every time I'm reviewing a projector or television set, so I get to check out those peak highlights, tone mapping, invaluable for that. And of course, these two guys, DTS and Dolby Atmos. I mostly use this if I'm reviewing soundbars because they have like those channel callouts, like left speaker, right speaker, upper height speaker, what have you. They have that on the DTS demo disc. And then on the Dolby Atmos one, these have a few really cool demos with the helicopter and the rain. And I think there is one with like a rocket ship or something like that. You could pick these up, I think, on Amazon or on eBay, but these things are fantastic. I think I picked up the Atmos one actually on eBay. And then the DTS one, actually DTS sent me this one, and then Spears & Munsell, you can get this on Amazon. Great to have in your repertoire, and they don't cost a lot either. Anyone who has a subwoofer should probably have these. These are the SVS Soundpath feet. I believe these are like sorbethane feet, and these come in like packs of 4 or 6. There's some screws in them. Usually subwoofers will have feet that are attached with screws. What you would do, you would take out the feet that come with your subwoofer, and in the package, they come with different size screws, I believe, in the SVS package here. And you would just take out your feet that come with your subs and screw these on, and these will decouple your subwoofer from your floor. And believe it or not, I'm a true believer in these, firm believer in these. that these will tighten up the response to your subwoofers, so it'll bang a little bit harder and a little bit cleaner. I noticed the big difference in these when I was reviewing, I think, a pair of REL subwoofers. One of them had the feet on them and the other ones didn't. And I was just thinking to myself, why does the right subwoofer sound a bit muddier than the other one does? And I came to the realization that I didn't have these feet on them. And the cool thing about these feet is, since I do review a lot of subwoofers, sometimes I'll just take them and put them upside down like this, and I'll set the subwoofer on them. So now I can just slide my subs across the floor, and it makes moving them around a lot easier. These are like 45, 50 bucks. Definitely worth it if you are a bass head and you have a bunch of subwoofers. Next up is this right here. This is Roomie Remote. If you don't know what Roomie Remote is and you're in the iOS App Store, just type in Roomie Remote. Since Logitech got rid of the Harmony remotes, I've been using this for maybe the past 2-3 years or so. This is basically just an IP controlled software which turns your iPad into an IP controlled remote control. So basically what you would do, you would add the IP address into any of your devices, like say your processor or your Blu-ray player. You punch it in, it comes up with a user interface, play, pause, everything like that. The same thing that you would get on a standard remote control, except it's on screen. It's kind of like the Harmony Logitech app that comes with that remote control. It's very similar, except this is much more customizable. And if you still do have a Harmony remote control, you can actually link Roomie Remote with Harmony, so you can send commands from Roomie over to the Harmony hub and still use the IR that's in the Harmony hub. This has been invaluable to me for probably the past 2-3 years. It's only like 10 bucks, and I think the software, I think it's subscription based. 10 bucks for the software, and I think it's like another 30 bucks for the year. Great if you have all your devices connected to your network. I don't know what I would do without this. This is a great piece of software. Another piece of software that I use on the regular, this is ROON, R-O-O-N. I did a couple videos on this with the folks over at ROON, but basically this is kind of like an aggregate software which I use with Tidal and Qobuz. So ROON, Tidal, Qobuz, 3 pieces of software that I use to listen to music with. You would add your Tidal or Qobuz to ROON. It would just kind of like collate everything together. So if you want to do a single search, this will search, let's say Harry Styles, it'll search Harry Styles. It'll pop up in Tidal, also Qobuz. If one of those services has better quality, like say Tidal might have MQA, the other one might only be 128K, you're probably going to want to pick the Tidal version just to get the better resolution. Fantastic software. ROON does cost a little bit of money, but you know, Tidal and Qobuz, you can sign up for some trials. Something I use every day, not only in the house, but also in the car as well. The next thing, kind of another piece of software, but not really. But this is the AMC Stubs membership. Because I do review a lot of movies, what I like to do is go to the movie theaters, watch them. I like to see what it looks like at my theater. I like to see what it sounds like in my theater. And then eventually when it comes out on home media, either on streaming or on physical media or on the Cloud Escape, I like to make a mental note of what it sounds like at the theater, and also visually what the HDR look like in the 4K resolution, and kind of mentally compare that and work that into my 4K reviews. And with the AMC Stubs A-List, this gives you 3 movies a week or 12 movies a month that you can go. You can use all 12 movies in 1 week if you wanted to, or you can just spread them out during the month. But it's like $24 for 12 movies every month. It's a no-brainer if you go to the movies a lot, man. I go to the movies a lot with my wife. We see a bunch of movies. You go to 2 movies, you've already got your money back. And plus you get discounts on popcorn and soda. And possibly the best streaming device, I think, is the Apple TV. If you're gonna have a streaming device, I find that most brands, most companies are gonna support the Apple TV first. So if there's a new feature, a new app that's gonna be dropped with maybe, let's say, 8K or whatever it is, it's probably gonna come to the Apple products first, because that's kind of the stronghold that Apple has on the community, on the tech community. So everything always comes out first on the Apple TV. I watch Amazon Prime, I watch Netflix, HBO, whatever it is, YouTube. The only thing I hate about this is that YouTube is not 4K HDR on the Apple TV, so that kind of sucks. I do think that this is the best streaming device. I think it's got the best sound quality, best everything. Obviously, if you are maybe ripping your movies, putting them on Plex, or you're a pirate or something like that, then maybe you want to go with an Android box. But I think the most reliable streaming box right now is the Apple TV 4K. And last but not least is my hats. You guys know I wear a hat in every single one of my videos. It's not because I'm trying to make it a fashion statement. It's because sometimes I just don't like to do my hair. Like, why do I have to do my hair in every video? I think when I first started YouTube, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I wasn't wearing hats. But I didn't have to get a haircut. I didn't have to worry about it. You can get these hats. They're super cheap. They're like 13, 14 bucks on Amazon. So if you want to get your own hat collection, your own cheap hat collection, newsboy caps, flat caps, Amazon, I'll leave some links down below in the video description for this. But this is it. Those are my 10 essential things that I find help me create content for you guys on YouTube, and also help me review products on YouTube as well for home theater, for AV. But if you guys do want to pick up anything that I mentioned in this video, I'll leave some links down below in the video description. Thank you guys for watching. You guys can thank my cameraman as well, or my camera woman as well. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.